Hey, I remember the first time I hit play with the Bass Module 700 in my setup of the room. Didn't he just get louder? It felt deeper in a way I didn't even realize was missing. Before you decide anything, check the current price and stock now, because a compact subwoofer this capable doesn't stick around once people actually hear what it brings to the room. UV probably sat through countless movies and music sessions thinking something should hit harder, that rumble in an action scene, the body in a bass line, the ambience that never quite arrives. That was my old soundstage, fine on paper, but always lacking presence. One night, mid-scene, I realized I wasn't really feeling the audio, just hearing it. That S when I knew I'd outgrown settling for good enough. The first time the Bass Module 700 kicked in, everything shifted. This isn't just deeper lows, it's anchored lows. It fills the physical space in a way that suddenly makes the rest of your system breathe with confidence instead of straining for impact. The compact size doesn't fool you. The power is real and intentional. Once you experience that kind of performance in a sub this small, anything weaker starts sounding like it's holding back, like you're only getting part of the story. Using it day to day changed how I interact with sound. Movies don't just play anymore, they land. Explosions hit with authority instead of just noise. Music feels fuller and more textured, like the low end finally has a voice instead of a whisper. Even quiet scenes gain weight and dimension because the Bass Module doesn't just push air, it defines the foundation under every track. Once you feel that, ordinary setups feel thin and impatient, like they re-apologizing for what they can't deliver. And listen, don't sit on this while you wait for a better deal. Prices fluctuate. Stock can tighten, and hesitation usually means missing out on the experience you wanted when you first thought about upgrading. Maybe you were wondering if a dedicated sub really matters in your daily setup. I had that doubt too. What surprised me most wasn't just the power, it was how clean and controlled it sounded. Other subs push low end and make everything muddy. This one anchors the bottom without overwhelming the mids and highs. Once UV had that sense of balance, lesser gear just sounds like it's covering up gaps instead of filling them with confidence. One unexpected benefit: the pride of ownership. Friends walk in, hear a track, and they feel it before they place it. They say, "Wow, the sound just opened up," without even knowing why. And you know it as your choice that made that moment happen. Deep, powerful bass that actually matters, clean low end with no muddiness. Music feels richer and more textured. Movies hit with real physical impact. Every scene feels fuller and more alive. Compact size fits most rooms easily, not as earth-shaking as huge floor-standing subs. But here's the truth: at some point you stop circling specs and just choose the audio experience you already kept imagining. That S where the Bass Module 700 sits is the sub you already wanted once you felt what it could do. Don't let this be an upgrade you delay and look back on wishing you had done sooner. Check the price, see what's in stock, and trust that instinct that told you it was time. Once you hear what real low end can add to your setup, everything else just feels hollow by comparison.